Yet again, these stupid ass Ariel people have encouraged me and inspired me to make this video. I'm amazed at how, first of all, they haven't gotten over it, and July 3rd, 2019 is when Halle was cast. It's now a whole new decade, and they're still trying it. Now, these racist asses are trashing Jonah King, who is of Middle Eastern Jewish Levantine descent. Like, is nobody off limits? This is a picture I found one of my Instagram followers. I did ask for permission to use all these pictures, by the way. NotMyAriel fans really say nobody wants Halle as Ariel. They don't even pay attention anymore, and that's pathetic. Not that they ever did, of course. You know what I mean. So I'm going to go through some bullshit that I've been seeing on Instagram from these NotMyAriel people, one by one. First thing is all about how Halle looks nothing like Ariel, and how all the other actresses did look like their characters. Let's get into that first. Sorry if the writing's blurry, it's a screenshot I took on my computer from Instagram. On the right, you see the pictures of the original cartoon characters drawn to look like their actresses. Disney has been criticized for the century for making their women look literally unrealistic. Nobody can look exactly like a Disney character. Halle comes close, but even she doesn't exactly. No matter who you cast, Indian, Arabian, Middle Eastern, whatever, people would have been wildly pissed off with that. Just like they are with every live-action casting that has been coming out. Now let's zoom in on these pictures. As you can see from these pictures, drawn to look like Liu. I hope I pronounced her name right. And Belle was redrawn to look like Emma. Do you see any similarities at all? Oh, but their skin tone's the same, so who cares? And then look at Ariel. As much as I love Ariel in that scene, God, she looks like she's got a peanut-shaped head, or some oddly shaped head, I don't know. Halle is as close as you possibly get to looking like an impossibly built character, if you know what I mean. Emma didn't look like Belle. Naomi sort of looked like Jasmine, but nobody can look exactly like a Disney character. Nobody has those over-exaggerated ass features. And by the way, all the Disney princesses have been criticized for looking the exact same way. The big eyes, the faces, and the head shape, everything, except for the princesses of colors, obviously. Okay, I see a lot of controversy about all the princess castings. Jasmine is the most common one. First of all, people are still pissed off about that even 3 years later. The movie's already out, made $1 billion, whatever. People are still mad, and as you can see, Naomi does not exactly look like Jasmine. Nobody can, because nobody's got almond-shaped eyes that curve up towards her hairline, for crying out loud. And for some reason, people who find Bollywood or Indian influences or connections in Aladdin, therefore people think Jasmine's Indian. I don't know. I know that she is not. But I don't care anymore. I was one of those not my Jasmine people, but I don't care anymore. And besides, I prefer Naomi Scott's Jasmine over the original. I'm sorry. No, wait. No, I'm not. I just want people to realize that the corporation who has had a history of being discriminatory against Jewish people just cast a Jewish actor for the lead in the live-action remake of the movie that literally saved their asses. For the movie that saved, if you're gonna do a live-action remake, you need the best of the best, because without the Little Mermaid, we would not have Disney. Alright, now let's talk about the benefits of racial representation in Hollywood, and why this movie is a really good example of that, and why Disney is fixing up some of their past mistakes. You mean to tell me movies romanticize racist, purist, Nazi assholes during World War II is acceptable. This is a movie where 21-year-old Amanda Stenberg playing a 15-year-old biracial, half black, half white girl falls in love with a Nazi. That's okay. That's okay. This movie is seen as acceptable. So a movie that biracial German girl, half black, half white, whatever. You want me to accept this movie, but condemn Halle Bailey playing Ariel. Remind me why movies like Where Hands Touch is acceptable, but Little Mermaid casting a black girl is somehow racist or a cash grab. Make no mistake, I like Amanda as an actress, but this movie and Colombiana and her own personal opinions, kind of make me have to give her the side eye. No, you know what? She gets a major side eye for starring in this movie. This stupid actor literally, she didn't want to romanticize Nazis, but showcase the experience of children of color during World War II. Are you fucking kidding me? If you don't want to romanticize Nazis, why did you make a love story featuring a Nazi? Hypocrisy. I'm absolutely... You know what? I can't even talk about it anymore. So a black girl can play a character Rhineland Bastard, but can't play Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Got it. Newsflash, it's not about accuracy or being faithful to the character, you're just a racist. Never mind the fact that this decade was a 90 to 96-year-old former Nazi war criminal who, for the past 70-something years, kept a secret, and then when it was found out, he was taken to court, and you all wanted him dead immediately. But no, let's make a fucking Nazi love story. Why is that okay? I thought Where He was a horrible example of a Nazi love story, but then I found this piece of hot-ass mess. It's called For Such a Time, involving I can't believe I'm going to say this word, Jewess, who falls in love with a Nazi commander and forsakes her total Jewish identity for a Christian one. And this woman, in For Such a Time, is described with blue eyes, pale skin, and white hair. Those of you who are knowledgeable in Nazi history know that that's criteria for the Aryan race, aka the superior race. Plainly put, Nazis think that white people are the superior race and that they should have controlled the world. They just called it Aryan race back then. So Jewish people from the Middle East, you're going to take her... You know what? For a background story, For Such a Time is based on the book of Esther, which is one of the 5 scrolls of the Hebrew Bible, and the character is, in the original story, a Hebrew woman in Persia, fighting to prevent the genocide of her people. Hebrew woman in Persia. You took this character, this author, Kate, took the character and gave her Caucasian features. And then, not only Caucasian features, but exactly what the Nazis thought were superior. The features that Nazis thought were superior to literally every other race in the world. But in this bullshit, she falls in love with the person who is committing the genocide of her people. If I were a Jewish actor, which I am, not an actor, but my ancestry is Jewish, Levantine. If I was an actor, musician, writer, whatever, and the only opportunities I got were romanticized Nazi stories, I would rather lose my career. Period. Amanda's character, Lena, is German, not black, not biracial, German. German is white. I don't know, I feel like the word, no, I know. The word Jewish, describing a Jewish person in a Nazi story, that just sounds, I'm sorry, that sounds like so many different kinds of racist. In fact, season 3 of American Horror Story Coven with Kathy Bates and Angela Bassett, Delphine LaVallerie calls Marie Laveau a foul negress. I feel like Jewess and negress are similar in racist origin. I don't know, but I don't know. I saw the word Jewess and I immediately thought of that Kathy Bates that Delphine LaVallerie line to Marie Laveau in American Horror Story. Never mind that this is a person in this book giving up her identity for a man. First of all, any woman giving up her identity for a man is bullshit, or for a partner is bullshit, especially a man. But a Jewish person relinquishing their identity for a Nazi, that's 666 different types of jacked up bullshit. You're describing Jewish as people of color. Jewish people who are people of color as Aryan people, white people, which are white people that the Nazis thought were superior and should have controlled the world. Are you serious? That's the character description? Read the text above. Sorry if I screw up my vocal recordings. I'm trying my best, but I'm also trying not to stop, delete, and re-record so often. I'm trying to do this whole one-shot recording type of thing. And also to show you guys I'm really not that perfect. Describe Jews of color, Middle Eastern, with Caucasian features. Not only Caucasian features, but these features deemed as perfect or desirable or superior by the very group of criminals who are known for murdering Jewish people by the millions. I'm definitely sure Jewish people are not the only victims, but when I think of Nazi war criminals, I think of crimes against Jewish people. But that's just me. But I'm fully aware that Jews were not the only victims during the Holocaust. I'm just saying. Explain to me why this and this movie idea, everything about it, is acceptable. But this casting decision is not. I understand this controversy. And frankly, I think it's fully racist. Those of you who were following the Prince Eric auditioning and casting process are aware that 13 Reasons Why, quote unquote, star Christian Lee Navarro auditioned by sending in a tape, and that was it. Apparently, he thought that was satisfactory, and got really salty that a Latino prince was not cast, and apparently is unaware that ethnic Jews are Middle Eastern in origin. Okay, some people might not know Jewish as an ethnicity. Okay. But a simple Google search will tell you otherwise. I don't know why he's too stupid. Okay, maybe not stupid, but damn lazy. Now, I don't watch the original of these Disney movies like I did when I was a kid, like I used to when I was a kid, I'm sorry. But in anticipation for this live action remake, I recently watched the original Little Mermaid. And I thought I was losing it. I might be reaching, I don't know. But I swear Ariel's skin color looks different in some scenes. Look at these pictures. I mean, I could be reaching. Probably am. This is just my view, in my opinion. Some scenes Princess Ariel looks like her father. Some scenes Princess Ariel looks like her mother. In case in point, these pictures of her with white skin that I found. Okay, I screenshot these videos, but still, tell me she doesn't have her mother's skin tone in these last few pictures. This is a common argument in science and ethnicity and DNA and all that kind of bullshit to bash this casting for the live action remake. So I'm going to do the same thing the opposite way. If you take a white man and clearly POC father, I don't know, Triton could be Polynesian, he could be black, he could be Hispanic, he could be South Asian of some kind, I don't know. Personally, I think The Rock would have been a good casting, but anyway. If you take a brown-skinned father, not take a brown-skinned father, but if a brown-skinned man, any shade, has a child or children with a white woman, they're going to come out looking like Zendaya, most likely. I don't know about the features, but the skin tone is definitely probably gonna come out looking like Zendaya. Sorry for the hesitation in my voice. I'm not really an expert on DNA or skin colors and all that, but is brown father, white mom, Zendaya. Period. Female leads in princess movies have been criticized for what, 30, 35 years as being physically impossible to look like. You cannot look like a Disney. Nobody has those almond-shaped eyes like Jasmine that tilt upside towards her hairline, or Ariel's over-exaggerated features. And besides, I've seen some articles, and after reading them, I agree. Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, pretty much all the white princesses, they all have the same exact features. Wait, I just implied that Jasmine was white. I'm sorry. Yeah, a lot of the Disney princesses, they're impossible to look like, and they have the same features. You saw one princess, you've seen them all. Plus, I'm not African American or anything like that, but I've seen black actors discuss the representation of African Americans in Hollywood and in media in general. And just how many black people do you see in fantasy or in action or in anything like that? Why is it I've seen black people only get to play roles like this heaping pile of dumpster fire movie that you're looking at now? I can only name in my 26 years of life one fantasy movie featuring a black character. And she was proud to be black, black culture, everything, black features, and that was Viola Davis in Beautiful Creatures. I'm sure there's more, but the only one I can name is Beautiful Creatures. Black people hardly get to tell their stories and are hardly portrayed properly, and 95% of the time, this Harriet Tubman movie is usually what you get. And speaking of, I was just talking about the Nazi love story movie. I haven't seen Harriet starring Cynthia Erivo's lying ass, but oh my god. Apparently, the white slave owner was made a hero in this movie during slavery in America, when black people were treated like property, not even like cattle, like property. African American actors and actresses need better chances, and I think with the casting of Halle Bailey as Ariel, that's going to start changing. Or maybe that'll be a catalyst for change conversation. Maybe, I don't know. I just want to insert this little Harriet Tubman clip in here. Personally, because I thought it was somewhat the conversation that I was trying to talk about with Halle playing Gary. Because why aren't more the leads in fantasy or fantasy family type of movies? Personally, for me, Viola Davis as Alma in Beautiful Creatures is the only one that immediately comes to mind. And a lot of people like to pretend that movie doesn't even exist. Alright, I'm going to end it there before I go off on a tangent and talk about more things that maybe possibly don't fit. Anyway, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next upload.